Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is April 14, 2022. Let's take a look at one of my top healthcare stocks. It's AbbVie, ticker symbol ABBV. Look what's going on here. AbbVie stock came down in 1 week by 5%. There is some concern about top executive departing the company. Let's take a look at this company, see if it's worth buying. So stock price is about $158 and market cap is very healthy, $280 billion, and nice 1 year performance. Look, year to date it's done about 23%, which is great. So with that, this company is really putting its patients first, exploring new innovations. I think it's doing it very well. So it combines advanced science, expertise, and passion to solve world's serious health issues. I think this company has a very good goal here. They want to put the patients first and really bring on new drugs to the market. So let's jump in and look at this great company. Look, from a management and leadership perspective, we got Mr. Richard Gonzalez here. He's got very good approval rating, 83%. That's a very good rating. I think he's doing a good job. And from a top review from a Glassdoor perspective, looks like there are very highly motivated people, and there is also very good benefits. That's very good here. And it's again very good benefits. Looks like, at least employees are giving very good reviews here. Good work-life balance, and also looks like upper management is not accessible for the early employees. Every company has got some little bit not so great reviews. This is one of those, but overall I like this 83% rating for the CEO here. That tells you Mr. Richard Gonzalez is doing something right and leading the company. All right, now let's look at the pipeline here. This is a partial list. Look, it's just partial list. We got a lot of the drugs which are in the pipeline here, phase 1, 2, or 3, and they got more than 40 or so. I could not list everything, but look, the reason to show this chart is, the innovation is humming here. They're working through multiple drugs and trying to bring them to market. So it's not a one-trick pony. And in addition to these type of immunology and other drugs, they also have a device portfolio. Look, on the device side of the house, they got multiple things going on here. They got facial aesthetic devices, as you see here. This is one of those former acquisition from the Botox maker. They have that pipeline also here. So in general, both device and non-device combined, they got a very healthy pipeline here. So no need to worry. It's not a one-trick pony here. All right, now let's look at the chart here. This company manufactures, discovers, develops, and sells pharmaceuticals worldwide. It's one of the top company here, and most people know about Humira. It's one of their top drug, and there is some worry about this going out of patent, but we don't need to worry. They got multiple products in the market, 20 plus drugs in the market, so it's going to be okay. Look, from a stock chart perspective, look, it's a very healthy stock chart, up and away. It's only natural for stock to give out slightly and pull back slightly. That's what's going on here. I'll be slowly buying at these levels here. I might even wait slightly and buy around, say, 150 or so level, but I'm slowly accumulating. Companies like this, look here, there are few downturn here. One stock shot up here, one more stock went higher, one more stock went higher. So this time it's no different. We got a big candle like we have seen earlier, like see big candle here, one more big candle somewhere right here. So it will kind of reverse its course. I say start buying slowly here, no need to rush, but it's a great buy. And analysts say it's a moderate buy. We got 9 analysts saying buy and 5 saying hold. It's a moderate buy. I agree with the analysts here. And look, it's one of the 2 unstoppable green flag for AbbVie here. I think it's a good one according to Motley Fool. And look, one of the top execs departed, so that's why stock got sold off here. And also from Wells Fargo analyst, it's a buying opportunity here. I think it's a good one. And they got various results here. Look, Genmab and AbbVie announced top-line results. I think that's also a good one here. There is some good news here. But the top news here is the exec departing the company here. That's why stock came tumbling down. I think that's a great buying opportunity. All right, now let's look at the price targets. From a price target perspective, look, right now the stock price is at 158 after the 1 week sell-off of 5.1% here. Right now, analysts are saying high estimate is 192. That's a very good appreciation from the current levels here. And the mid price is 158 and the low price is 115, which is much below the current stock price. And look, from a technical perspective, it's a sell, as you can see here. But from an analyst perspective, it's a buy. That's when I like to buy the stock. When the technical says screaming buy, stock gets oversold. But fundamentally, it's still sound and buy. That's typically when I buy here as a contrarian and accumulate. So with that fits the bill here. We could slowly start buying AbbVie. All right, now let's look at competitive landscape. Look, top dog here, Johnson & Johnson. By market cap, it's the biggest one here, $475 billion market cap, and this company has put out pretty solid 5-year return here, 64%. It's also a dividend aristocrat, like many of you know. You could buy this company, it will keep on giving you dividend. And then you got Pfizer. Pfizer got its groove back with the COVID vaccine here, doing very well. Look, 99 overall score, which is top score here. This is also great, also pays good dividend. And then we got Eli Lilly. It's again one of my favorite stock. It's also doing great here. Look, Eli Lilly, RSI 66, and that tells you have to wait a little bit for Eli Lilly here. It will also come down, but we have some patience. It will come down. We can buy. Next one is AbbVie. AbbVie is the stock that we are talking about today. Look, perfect rating, about 98 or so. That tells you stock is rock solid fundamentally. And look, they got $9 billion in the balance sheet, $21 billion free cash flow. That's great. And look, RSI is 47, tells you stock is sold off here. Look at the drop in 1 day, 5 day, 10 day. That tells you right now stock is dropped off because of this exec leaving the company. That's a great time to buy the company. And next few companies here, Novo all the way to Gilead. I would not touch them at these levels here, mainly because RSI is high. We have to wait for these to come down. But if you want to buy some other names, you could take a look at those. Look, you got GRFS here, just $10 stock. This does not have a good performance all along. I would say, unless you're a contrarian, don't buy. But if you're a contrarian, you could buy this company here. Net margin positive company, just $10. You could take a shot here. And then you got Oregon here. Again, it's a net margin positive company. Stock has slowly started trying to turn around. As you can see here, in 3 months and 6 months, it's showing some progress here. They got solid $737 million balance sheet, cash on the balance sheet, and solid free cash flow. You could take a look at that company also here and slowly go from there. And you got TVST here, nothing to show off. It's still early stage, as you see here. But if you're a contrarian, you could take a position and go from there. All right, now let's look at AbbVie into a little more detail. Look, AbbVie, $280 billion company, and stock price is $158. It's got 50,000 employees. It's a not small company. Revenue per employee is very solid, about $1.2 million revenue per employees. Great. Company has been in the stock market for a while here. IPO'd back in 2022. Solid 1 year performance here, 23%. It's a steady Eddie type stock here, and next earnings is coming around the corner, so it could be a good time to slowly start accumulating. After the earnings, stock can go higher. See, it's into multiple of these indices, S&P 500, S&P 100, and so on and so forth. This one is not as volatile. It's even less volatile compared to S&P 500. So you could sock away in your retirement portfolio. This will keep on doing very well. All right, it has nice sales here, $56 billion sales. And even with that, look, it's putting on nice sales growth here. Quarterly sales growth, 7.4%. 8%, year over year 12% solid sales growth here. Even the future expectation for the company here, look, they got nice future expectation here. For this year it's 7.6, but for looks like next year there is a negative sales expectation. Probably that's why stock is kind of trading sideways at this time. And look, from a valuation perspective, it's still cheap here. You could buy this company. Look, solid net margin here, 20% net margin. That's a great one here. From an earnings per share perspective, they've done well this year. Nice earnings per share appreciation, but EPS growth for next year is expected to be a little bit smaller, and next 5 years it's growing. I think there is some concern about this Humira going out of patent. That's why analysts are predicting next year EPS is going to be slower. All right, now let's look at the financials here. Looks like they do have a lot of debt on the balance sheet. Look, it's 5, and they got total debt of $76 million on the balance sheet here. I think that's what's going on here, so we got to watch that a little carefully. But look, from a quick ratio perspective as well as the current ratio perspective, it's not great. I like this to be more than 1. Right now it's below 1. So financially, it's a very capital intensive market, so they took on some debt here. That's what's going on here. And they're also paying around 3.2% interest rate to finance the debt. This is not too much here. They don't have too much interest rate going on here, which is okay. Cost of debt is still low. That may be the reason they took on some debt here. All right, they're doing pretty well from a cash flow perspective, $22 million here, and also they got nice free cash flow, as you can see here. Nothing to worry about. And now let's look at performance. From a performance perspective, look, it's been down in 1 day, 5 day, 10 day, and so on and so forth here. And they're doing great from a 2-year, 10-year, 5-year perspective. Company doing great. Long term, it's a great story. I like the stories when short term it's weak, long term it's strong, but fundamentally good company. From a technical perspective, look, RSI 14 is 47. That tells you stock is sold off here. IV percentile is high. For you folks who want to sell some put option, you could do that and earn some good premium here. And this stock bounces around $3.50. That's a good one to trade in and out. And put call ratio suggests there are more call buying going on than put buying. Technical perspective, it's a sell rating. Fundamental perspective, it's a buy rating. So that's why it's a good one to buy at these levels here. Look, insiders are selling. That's also putting some pressure on the stock here. Institutions are also slightly selling. So that's why take advantage as this happens. It's good to slowly accumulate. Institutions still own a good chunk of this company here. No need to worry. And from a VWAP perspective, look, 1 day VWAP as well as 20-day VWAP is more than current price here. That tells you stock has a tendency to go higher given volume weighted average is more than current stock price. From an industry benchmark perspective, I think this has got a nice overall score of 98. From a valuation perspective, right now it's a low valuation and growth score is great. Predictability, profitability is good. Altman Z score, which is financial measures the financial strength, is 2.1, which is good. More than 1.8 is great. From a financial and book perspective, books are solid. It gets a 7 score here. 7, 8, 9 are great. I think it's doing well. And it's also doing much better compared to the industry. When you compare to industry from a performance perspective, it's done great in 2 years as well as 5 years. From a Morningstar grading perspective, this one gets a B grade in financial health, growth as well as profitability. That's a good grade here. So with that, I say, go buy some AbbVie, take advantage of this sell-off here. You will do very well. All right, now let's look at the numbers. From a numbers perspective, look, they've done great between 2020 and 2021. Nice clip in the earnings per share. Overall, is trending higher. They got some blip here, but that's a good one overall. Sales perspective, doing great, nice clip, I love it. Shares outstanding is pretty steady, slight increase, but not too bad at all. From an operating margin perspective, pretty steady here. They're trying to improve, as you can see here. Some blips along the way. Overall, it's a good operating margin. Net margin is slightly, as you can see here, sloping down, which is not great, but they're trying to improve. Still positive net margin, that's also good here. Debt to equity perspective, it was a high debt company before. They're trying to reduce the debt. I like it. When the company wants to reduce their debt load, it's always good. All right, so overall numbers perspective, it checks out. They have to tighten their bottom line a little more here, but top line is doing great. All right, now let's look at the earnings history. From an earnings history perspective, look, stock has last time stock missed, as you see here. From a revenue perspective, that's also weighing in on stock slightly. But look, they've been surpassing the EPS estimate all along the way, with the exception of 2019 here. This is when the previous inflation and rate hike happened. Company missed at the time. That's why stock came down. That's why, now we are in the inflation type environment here. You can see some small sell-off here. That's why slowly start buying. It's a good one to buy. Look, from a revenue perspective, it was a $6 billion company back in 2017. Now it's a $14 billion company. The company is slowly improving its revenue. That's always great. There are some blips on the road. Look, it became a $8 billion company here, became 10, 12, 14. So it's a good one to buy. In these type of sell-offs, it always always bounces back nicely. Look at the revenue growth. I like this solid revenue growth here. It's been growing the top line revenue nicely, and it's been giving the nice revenue surprises to Wall Street, with the exception of last quarter when it gave a negative revenue surprise. So that's why it's a good one to take advantage of this sell-off here. Slowly keep buying. It's a great company. You could put it in your long-term portfolio. You will do well. All right, now let's look at the monthly performance metric. From a monthly performance metric, as you see here, it's a steady stock. Look at the yearly performance here. It's done great. It's not a rock star like NVIDIA or AMD, but look, it's consistently checking along and doing well. It also pays some dividend. And look, back in 2019, when all the stocks dropped off, this company came down slightly, 0.77%. But during the high inflation environment, a stock like AbbVie, can do very well. It has some down times, but when it pulls back, it manages to go higher. That's why this drop here, it's a good buying opportunity. I would be slowly adding to the portfolio and accumulate a nice position here. All right, now let's look at chart. From a chart perspective, I got a 5-year chart here, 5-year weekly chart. Look, stock has done very well in 2020 and 2021. Look, nice clip here, and stock came tumbling down. Look at this big red candle here. So I say take advantage of this big sell-off here and slowly start adding to your position. I see here there's a good support level around 150 here. Right now stock is 158. You could slowly start accumulating, and that could be a good support level here. All right, now let's look at a smaller chart here. If you look at 1-year chart, look, stock came tumbling down last couple days. There are a couple red candles, as you see here. From a support level perspective, 150 is a good support level here, and if we miss that, then there is a 140, 135 level here. You could take a look at that one also. That's why I start buying slowly. It's a good company. Look, we got a big red candle here. Stock managed to bounce back. And as you see, some small pullback here. Stock went higher. That's why it's a good one to slowly buy. This company is a better run company. From a momentum perspective, stock sold off here. Look, momentum down, meaning RSI down here. From a volatility perspective, volatility went up the roof here, 47%. AbbVie is typically a low volatile company, so that's why you could sell some put option, make some money. Look, from a DMI perspective, red line jumped here and blue line came down, completely bearish at this time. That's when I like to buy. and look from a check-in money flow perspective, money is still flowing into the stock, and volume average perspective, folks are buying the stock. Check-in money flow is negative. That happens when the stock drops off like this, and it will recover. Look, we got a big red candle here, and check-in money flow also dropped off, and then it's kind of picked up again. So I expect the same here. Smart money will start flowing again. All right, now let's look at the Bollinger Band. From a Bollinger Band perspective, look, Bollinger Band came below the lower band here, and stock went higher. Now we are trying to touch the middle band here, about 150 or so, 152. That could be a good support level here. Then it will bounce back. Look, it touched the middle band right here, went higher. Now we are trying to touch the middle band. That could be a good support level for this stock here. All right, now let's jump in here and look at the option chain. From an option chain perspective, look, stock price is at 158 right now. At 160 or so, there is a healthy call open interest here. That's a good one. Even at a higher price here at 180, we got nice call contract open interest here, 1,700. That tells you in the option market, folks are betting the stock will go higher. There is some put buying going on, especially because there is some good premium here. Folks are also trying to hedge, but call option volume is much more higher than put option volume. All right, now let's look at the option statistics here. Look, total call options traded 55,000, total put options 41,000. That tells you more call options are being traded, which is bullish. That makes the put call ratio 0.7, which is again bullish. So I say it's a good one. We should take a cue from options market and slowly start accumulating AbbVie. All right, now what should I do now? So AbbVie is selling off. It's a good buying opportunity according to Wells Fargo. The top exec Severino is departing, and it will not be hugely disruptive. So that's why, according to this analyst, it's a good one to buy here. And investors are worrying about one thing, which is drop off of this blockbuster drug Humira, but I think we don't need to worry. It's not one trick pony. They got various things going on here, solid pipeline. They got about 20 key products in the market, so we don't need to worry about Humira. All right, so it's a solid pipeline here, not a one trick pony. I say slowly buy the stock here and accumulate. You'll be surprised. This will go higher. It might come down slightly, but that's why I say slowly buy, don't need to rush. And this stock will do well. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.